Scene script. Picture this. 80% of businesses fail due to lack of understanding about their market. Now that's a surprising statistic, isn't it? But there is a way to not be part of that 80%, and that way is through market research. First things first, define your research objectives. What do you want to achieve with your market research? Are you trying to understand your target audience, evaluate competition, identify industry trends? Having specific goals will focus your research efforts. For instance, the popular beverage company Coca-Cola in the early 90s wanted to understand why their market share was declining. They defined their objective as understanding their customers' changing tastes. Next, you need to identify your target audience. Who are your potential customers? Start building customer personas. Look at demographic information, psychographic details, and buying behaviors. For instance, Netflix uses detailed customer personas to tailor their content to different audiences globally. Your secondary research should follow suit. This involves gathering existing data from various sources. Tesla, for instance, uses secondary data from government publications and academic studies to understand the electric car market and its competitors. Speaking of competitors, competitor analysis is the next step. Identify your competitors and analyze their strengths and weaknesses. Amazon, for instance, constantly analyzes its competitors to find gaps in the market and position itself effectively. Now, onto primary research. Create surveys or questionnaires to gather data directly from potential customers. Facebook, for instance, regularly uses surveys to understand user preferences and needs. One-on-one interviews or focus groups can also provide deeper insights. Google, for instance, uses focus groups to test new features and products before launch. Observational research can also be useful. Starbucks, for instance, observes customer behavior in their stores to understand how they interact with products and services. Don't forget about social media. Monitor platforms and online forums related to your industry. Twitter, for instance, constantly monitors tweets to understand real-time customer sentiments and trends. Once you've gathered your data, it's time to analyze it. Look for patterns, trends, and key takeaways. Google, for instance, uses data analysis software to analyze search trends. Perform a SWOT analysis to assess your business's internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunities and threats. Apple, for instance, constantly performs SWOT analysis to stay ahead of the competition. Research industry trends and try to forecast future market conditions. Microsoft, for instance, uses market forecasting to anticipate changes in the tech industry and adapt their business strategy accordingly. Based on your research findings, make informed decisions about your business concept, target market, pricing strategy, and marketing plan. Airbnb, for instance, used market research to pivot from a bed and breakfast concept to a home-sharing platform. Finally, test your ideas. Consider conducting small-scale tests or pilot programs to validate your ideas. Instagram, for instance, tests new features with a small user base before rolling them out to everyone. Market research is not just a one-time process. Make it a habit. It's a continuous process that keeps your business adaptive and resilient. So get started with your market research today and set your business up for success.